have you seen this? King Charles has been going viral recently for all the wrong reasons. Because as early as now, people have been noticing just how impatient he can be. So right away people are comparing him to the late Queen. And they are asking, is this the kind of king we want? Nightfall, more and more people are considering a world without royalty. Let me remind you, Barbados already ditched Queen Elizabeth last year. This year, William and Kate faced angry protests in Jamaica. At least 5 Caribbean countries have hinted at becoming republics one day, and that same discussion has come up even in Australia and Scotland. On top of this, it certainly didn't help that within the royal family, Prince Andrew's scandals have ruined their image, while Harry and Meghan's exit has proven leaving the royal life is very possible. And that is why today we have to ask this controversial debate. Is it time for the United Kingdom to get rid of the royal family? Ladies and gentlemen, open your minds, because this might just be our new future. See, to some it might feel impossible to imagine the world without this famous family. But let me remind you, throughout history across continents, dozens of countries have abolished their royals. Now, as we say this, of course, supporters of the British royal family would argue that they are different. They are massively more popular than any other royal family, that their brand reportedly generates nearly 2.8 billion US dollars in a year for UK's tourism. But even if the British monarchy was abolished, the tourists would still keep coming, right? Just look at how France still benefits from tourism of Versailles. So now, forget about tourism. And let's talk about a more important argument. That the British royal family means much more than their image. See, one strong reason to keep the British monarchy is that they help keep politicians in place. Think about this. No matter how powerful the Prime Minister will feel, he or she will always have to report to the king or queen. It keeps them grounded. It reminds them that they are not the country. They are only there to serve the country. But as we speak about power, it also reminds us how risky this setup could be. That is, if it's in the wrong hands. The monarchy is exempted from any freedom of information requests. The monarchy cannot simply be ousted by the ordinary people, but the British people will continue to pay taxes for their expenses. Last year, that amounted to about 116 million US dollars. In fact, one of the main missions of the British royal family is pretty much selfish in nature. They have a duty to preserve themselves in power. So, what is stopping them from acting in self-interest when approving certain laws? When the family living inside that palace is so out of touch with the working class, when they have been so spoiled that they will never understand what it's like to ride a bus to work, to struggle to pay the bills, and more. Or perhaps, should the British people just take comfort in the fact that even in periods of chaos within their nation, at least they will always have a constant figure of unity and stability right at the top? Truth is, the British royal family will feel more and more out of place in the modern world. If there's any good news for them right now, it's that so far about 60% of Britain reportedly still favors keeping the monarchy. There are no huge protests against them, just slowly declining support from the younger citizens. But how will King Charles III face these challenges moving forward? With all the internal tensions, how long will this family family keep things together? These are things that will only reveal themselves with time. So for now, let me leave you again with the question: should the British royal family finally step down from power, or should they stay?